We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it, and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
この人たちは狂っている。卵の価格は下がっている。ダウ平均は5万ポイントを超えている。こんな負け犬どもの言うことを聞くな。アメリカは復活した。
We are the hottest country anywhere in the world. The hottest. Down, boy.
I think that's like a downgrade.
Hey, what'd you say, Emerald?
I think that's a downgrade to move from a couch to just a chair. I mean,
well,
that's like big back to stick.
When you feel it, you got to go with it.
Yeah, a couch to a chair to an Indian to Erica Kirk. That's a hell of a transition. God damn. Shout out JD Vance, friend of the channel, and his future wife, Mrs. Vance. We wish them all the best.
We're gonna get into some of Candace's stuff. See how much you and her align later. Do pretty much a well.
Candace did nothing wrong. Everything
God.
she says is perfect. Oh man.
Well, it's Ironcast on Thursday. We're here. We should be joined later on by MarkOfReality, making his first time on the show. So that's exciting. Send him the links. There was a little bit of a hang up. I actually, halfway through the afternoon, I actually completely forgot I even had a show. Started doing my taxes. And my wife doing ride share. No, because her shit is so like I get my W-2 fucking done. That's it. Problem solved. Hers, like the only other thing I had was the YouTube stuff, but I made so little, and with all the deductions for all the stuff I use, it's like, hey, deductible income from that, fucking zero. Fine. Her shit is all out the wazoo. It takes a lot of time, and I fucked something up somewhere along the way, so I had to like request assistance, which is never fun. But getting it figured out. Just 7 o'clock rolls around, and Mark messages me. He's like, "You gonna email me the link?" Or I'm like, "Oh fuck, sorry." got a little backed up. I was doing my taxes, so hopefully he knows we're still tonight. If not, we'll reschedule later. We're gonna have fun. Theo's here.
What's up,
Looks
everybody?
like I interrupted a deep moment.
Oh, no, not really.
Deep thoughts with Theo Snodgrass.
No, it was really. I'm having a great time. I'm happy to be here. I can't wait for the show. Candace Owens has been very busy, so he's been great. Thank God, right? Thank God. I'm gonna say what we're all thinking. Thank God somebody finally said it, right? Right. Thank God. Thank God someone is speaking for the people.
Nobody. Just nobody, dude. Like, it's one of two things, man. She either is just the most complete opportunist, like she sees an opportunity, blood in the water, and is just willing to go for it at all costs to grift as hard as possible. Or you were right all along, and she is really just the jaded, girl that was never picked, taking out her revenge now.
Right. I think she wanted to get with Charlie, and so now she's got a chance to just go whole hog against the girl that got to marry him. And
right. I think one of my favorites was she says this on her show. I spoke with Erica's cousin, when in reality it's her dad's brother's ex-wife's current wife's child.
Oh man,
so
something to that effect.
Absolutely nothing.
Exactly. That's some Spaceballs level fucking 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. It just isn't that. It's nothing. Yeah, she is. Selena's right on the money. She's psychotic.
Yeah.
But you defend your queen.
Absolutely. I will. Absolutely. By the way, Erica Kirk. I mean, what more is there to say? I mean, I
still just don't get it, man. I think it's because I've been around churchy. Right.
Iron, we've like lost your before. Mic.
Yeah,
my mic is gone. Okay, Emerald, can you carry the show for 5 minutes while I do a reset?
We cannot hear you, Iron.
Yep,
I can hear you. Okay. To be fair,
so okay. While Iron's trying to fix his mic.
All right. What were we talking about? So I know we're talking about Candace Owens today. What else are we talking about? More stuff? Is there anything that's got you excited?
It seems to be only me. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay,
it seems to be only me.
Oh no. Okay, so Emerald can't hear me, right?
Yeah, but it is going in and out. So
okay. Wait,
that's my own fault.
Hold on. So audience,
my audio is all screwed up too, but I can't hear you. This is a great episode so far. I just want to say, welcome everyone. Let me fix my audio.
This is a fucking disaster.
It's great stuff.
All right.
Hey, you want to know we're professional streamers.
Who can hear me? What's in the chat if you can hear me?
Give me a second to fix my audio. So, Theo, just
can anybody hear me? Thank you. Okay, so the chat can hear me. Thank God. So, by the way, I think we all agree that Emerald has a face made for radio, and that the show would be better if he went no camera. Right? We all agree on that. Oh, you can hear me. I'm sorry.
I can hear you now, and it picked up.
The audience.
But that's the thing is, I agree. I have a face for radio.
That was just for the audience. That was terrible.
Oh, okay. To me hear it on repeat, not hear it live.
Oh man, yeah. Shout out to Master Hobo. Wants Iron to return in his Mormon suit. Yesterday, you guys were wearing suit. You really did look like you were like from the Latter-day Saints, or like you were gonna play electric violin in a pop punk band. That was crazy. Can I say something just as a longtime viewer of the show? Don't dress up again. It made me uncomfortable.
It made you uncomfortable?
It was eerie.
So do I need to go put on another button-down shirt? And
I prefer that you didn't. It's weird watching you try to invest in your appearance. That makes me uncomfortable.
It was unnerving. It was a little bit unnerving.
Yeah, I'm used to this version of you, the version that's given up. That's the part. That's the part that makes me
giving up.
The part that's just giving up on making yourself presentable to the outside world. That's the part I'm more conditioned to and familiar with. So if you can keep it that way in the future, when you look professional, it makes me uncomfortable. And all right, well, what I don't know what we're talking about.
You already get it. See, you're already. This is the reason why you don't have. You're having problems with your 4%. See, well, the 4% is speaking out. Selena says, "I love the guys dressing up, especially Iron." See, you need to step up yours. See, that's why you need to step up yours to get your numbers up.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Well, the reason women don't like my show is because it's for adults and we discuss serious topics. That's what's going on. And it's actually funny. It's entertaining. I'm more of a good time guy. So it's like women are just talking. I actually had that conversation. I was on the road recently and I was talking to some women after the show and they were like, "Do you have a podcast?" And I was like, "I do, but it's for men. So if you can listen if you want, but if you don't like it, don't be mad at me. I'm just warning you, you're not going to enjoy it." So we'll see. I don't think they are going to enjoy it, though. I have a feeling. This is okay. Do we know what the show is supposed to be about? What's on the thumbnail? I thought there's a guy that's supposed to be here that's not here, and I know we're going to say something about Candace Owens. I don't know anything else about the show topic.
So we're going to be tonight. We're going to be covering and talking about. Let me pull up the show description. It's right in the show description. Why didn't you read the show description?
Is there a show description? Hold on.
Yeah, there is a show description. So we're going to talk about Hillary Clinton's testifying this evening. We're going to talk about the State of the Union reactions, and then Candace Owens is crazy still. So again, not being nice to your beloved.
Yeah, Candace Owens is right about everything. I always thought Erica Kirk was a problem, to be honest with you. Not just she shouldn't be CEO. Look, I'm not saying she's a Mossad agent who murdered her husband. I'm not saying she's a honeypot. I'm not saying it's a weird age gap. I'm not saying that.
Oh, no, not saying it at all.
I'm not saying she's woefully unqualified for the position that she holds. I'm not saying any of that. I'm not saying she's an up-jumped beauty queen who doesn't deserve the press she's getting. I'm not saying any of that, by the way. That's not something that I would say ever.
No, not at all.
God bless. You know, I think the future Mrs. Vance is. I wish her the best, really, with all of her aspirations.
So, are you recommending that the future JD Vance start wearing like print that would be on like a couch?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I'm saying this. Like, if my wife is at the funeral. And one of my best bros is like motorboating her, put that bitch in jail. I'm saying if my wife is hosting my podcast 2 minutes after I die, send her to jail. I don't care if she's involved or not. Just send her to jail. I don't know.
No. You just got to make sure to put it in your will that no one can take over the show.
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially not my wife. Good Lord. And people are like, "Oh, Charlie wanted her to do it." I don't give a fuck what he wanted. No man can accurately gauge the moral worth of the woman he puts his penis in. Of course, you're going to have an inflated sense of her value. She had your children, and that's not bad. I'm not like mad at him for that, but just like, put a man in charge. Anyway, we'll see how I'm doing.
Yeah, but you don't advocate against not putting dick in crazy.
That's true. Actually, lately I've been a lot better about that.
Okay.
Great job, you guys, really holding it together. Thanks. So from that I can interpret, Iron loves what I'm doing, and he wants me to continue this Erica Kirk bit that I'm doing. Bro, all right, so we're keeping the show going. What Emerald, do we want to get into our first story?
Let's while Iron's working on getting back, let's say hi to the chat.
Let's say that might be good. Let's say hi to the chat.
So let's see. I got Selena first in. Hail everyone, please smash the like button, subscribe if you are new here, and hit that notification so you know when we go live. And we have now started, minus the host temporarily. But Selena also is the back end producer and getting all the chats and taking care of everything else. So to my fellow producer, greetings. Let's see. Blue-eyed Scorpio. I bet JD could pull a bunch of puss just from the memes alone. Yeah.
Yes, very true.
Master Hobo. Greetings from the homeless shelter. Didn't know this was Weebcast today. Okay. Let's see. Who else do we have? We got
all right.
Vagabond.
How do I sound?
Hail
now?
Vagabond. Oh, you sound excellent now.
All right. Had to
got
restart
Vagabond
everything.
and
great job holding it together. I was listening to everything.
You're welcome.
Wow.
So new and Justin Channels. This is the romper room portion of the show. Halo chat. And that is it. As more people come in, we will let you know.
Cool. Vagabond, if you want to hop in, man, I'll send you the link. I'm going to double check on MarkOfReality. I've not gotten a response to him, so might have to reschedule that guest spot. Not a big deal. Mark, if you're listening or you pop in, you're more than welcome to pop in a little late. So no worries there. All right.
I'll get it to you, Vagabond.
Yeah, go ahead and get him. Sammy's got the link too. Sammy might not be awake.
There is that possibility. I mean, it is 11 o'clock for him. So.
All right. We're going to jump right into the Hillary Clinton testifying to Congress regarding the Epstein stuff today. Closed doors, but Lauren Boebert sends a text to Benny Johnson with the pictures she captured from inside. And breaking, we actually do have the first leaked footage because this was a videotaped deposition. So we do have the first leaked footage from the deposition, and I think they're going to trickle it out slowly. So this is pretty interesting. This is my first time seeing it too, so we're going to bring it up all at the same time and see what they talked about. Why they couldn't put the whole thing.
It's like
televised.
The thing is this is a deposition. I mean, the whole point, she was told to come in front of Congress. All of the other ones were right in front of Congress, and they're going to be right there out in the open. I don't understand why this had to be such a closed door event.
Special treatment. I mean, that does nothing but raise more suspicion. So it's not doing her or fucking Billy Bob any favors. All right, let's check it out. See what was said here.
Look, Mrs. Clinton, we don't want to be here all day either. So just tell us how you killed Mr. Epstein, and we can all go home, okay? I mean, everyone knows you killed him. Just tell us how you did it.
Okay, look, I knew the guards were asleep. So I took the keys, I turned off the cameras, I went into Jeffrey Epstein's cell, and I saw him sleeping. So I just grabbed one of his shirts and I choked him with it. He kind of woke up, but I actually think he enjoyed it because he was smiling as I was choking him, which was kind of strange. But anyway, I made it look like a suicide, and I got back home just in time for dinner.
Look, Mrs. Clinton, we don't want to be here all day either.
Well, at least they're getting right to the point.
Yes. It's good that the head of this committee is actually asking the important questions.
Exactly. Ones we're all thinking it. So he's speaking for us. Here's the next one on the same topic here. So Justin, under oath, Hillary Clinton says she does not have any info on Epstein. So that's a believable response. And doesn't believe she ever met him. How? Well, I mean, Maxwell was at her daughter at Chelsea Clinton's wedding.
Yeah, there's a picture of that. Let me see if I can find it.
Now, one thing, I don't think there are any existing pictures of her and Jeffrey Epstein together. But this is still just outside of the realm of possibility. There's no way they never met. Oh, we'll wait until he gets his camera fixed. There he is.
Is over hours from now, but the Associated Press is reporting Hillary Clinton in testimony says, and she's under oath, she has no information on Epstein's criminal activities and never recalls meeting him. Jason.
That may be true, but I think the question is, what about the money? I think what you're going to see from this, again, no allegation of necessarily breaking the law, but what about the money? I think the money trail is the primary question, or one of the questions that the Clintons are going to ask. Hillary Clinton's going to be asked. Donations that went into the Clinton initiative. What about the Global Foundation? And what were the introductions? Because the soft power of having a former Secretary of State or having a First Lady making introductions, opening doors, there are going to be a lot of questions about that.
Is over hours from now, but
it's completely impossible that they had never, ever met. Yeah, come on.
Maxwell.
Now, I think we do have her response to that very question being asked. Let's see if I have that. Here we go. So I'll switch to mine. So Hillary Clinton is finally asked by the media why Ghislaine Maxwell was at her daughter's wedding in 2010 after she was implicated in Epstein's crimes. She claims Ghislaine was just a +1 guest of someone else who was invited. Well, who the fuck would that be?
I have a sneaking suspicion it probably was Jeffrey himself.
Yeah.
James Matthews from Sky News. Can I ask, why was Ghislaine Maxwell invited to the daughter of Chelsea Clinton's wedding in 2010? She'd already been mentioned in a civil lawsuit by Virginia Giuffre before that. Jeffrey Epstein had already been convicted before that.
She came as the +1, the guest of someone who was invited.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all.
That's the end. Then she's done.
Can I ask, why was
Let me
Ghislaine
translate.
Maxwell
So what she really meant to say was, who else was going to bring the beef jerky?
Yeah.
But leave it to the foreign interviewer for asking the actual important questions. Because that was not an American asking that question. And while I'm going more English accent, that was actually Scottish.
Really? I thought you were doing Indian.
No, do not redeem. No,
right,
if you listen to the accent, it was a Scottish accent. So I don't think that was a domestic interviewer or reporter. I think that was foreign.
Yeah, definitely. And hey, there we go. Special guest tonight, Mark of Reality. What is going on, man? Good to see you there.
Hey, what time zone are you guys in? Jeez.
Pacific.
Yeah, because I thought 7:35 Eastern because I'm in Florida, but
gotcha. Sorry about the confusion, man. It always
I'm in Eastern too.
Well, we were just talking a little bit about Hillary Clinton testifying before Congress regarding the Epstein files. She's deflecting, stating she never met Epstein. The fact that Ghislaine Maxwell was a guest at her daughter's wedding in 2010, completely irrelevant. It was just a +1 guest, or she was, and who knows who the +1 was? We don't know. She doesn't know. So no idea whatsoever. What are your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts are, okay, I've been a criminal attorney for right around 17 years now. I know bullshit when I hear it, and I think she's full of bullshit.
Yeah.
To be frank. Yeah. She's never met Epstein. Bullshit. Whatever, lady.
You heard it here, folks. Professional opinion. It's bullshit.
Well, because there's photos of them been out together before, so the whole I haven't met him before is like, I think what it is, since she's not going to really be pressed on it, she's going to say like the most milquetoast answers and then just try to move it along.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I think she's also going to try to refrain from giving any confessions of wrongdoing. I'm just going to be interested to hear her say she wants to invoke the Fifth Amendment or something like that. Thing is, though, the Epstein files, I mean, there's a lot of information in there, but what amounts to actual evidence, you're looking at a different ball of wax here. I mean, everybody thinks that, well, this email is evidence. No, an email
is going to be hearsay.
It's basically evidence of evidence. You have to have the person who was involved in that email come forward and say, yeah, that's what we were talking about. Nobody was under oath, but we were all telling the truth. It's as far as using the actual Epstein files to prove anything in an actual court case, that's going to be kind of tuck and go. And then there's always the problem of the federal judiciary, who probably got a lot of their names in the Epstein files too. So,
yeah.
Well, the other thing, the reason why I think it's not being used to charge anyone is because most of it would be considered hearsay.
It's speculation
without definite proof. Yeah.
Mm.
All the code words. Me and Theo were talking about that a lot tonight, the other night. And what were you saying? There's a lot of people are really starting to kind of conclude that a lot of it is just. Well, you go ahead.
Well, I know Prince Andrew, he was arrested over in England, but think about it this way. It's the Anglo-American common law that we're talking about. You know, we got our legal system from England. I mean, we were part of them for 200 years, and then we got, had our revolution split off. But basically, Andrew, he got arrested not necessarily for
trading state secrets
or
trading state secrets had nothing to do with any kind of assault or PDF file activity. It was all just related to government espionage type actions.
Well, and also there's all these rumors flying around that Epstein was working for some intelligence service, probably more than one, but yeah, it's like he wanted everything on film so we could get all kinds of salacious information on people. Yeah, and
that tends to be what I agree with too. I think it was just a big honeypot. He probably did have handlers in multiple governments, not just ours or Assad. He's probably working to the highest bidder.
Yeah, that's
this is the photo right before they threw him in the pool.
Who, Hawkins?
Yes.
Died of electrocution.
Help, cannot swim. Help.
Sinking.
Now this has to be
screaming.
This is another AI.
Yes, the two photos I've shown are AI generated. So far,
this one's pretty convincing, but it's too good to be true.
Well, yeah, because look at everyone that's involved there. Is all of them that have been named in some kind of form or fashion. So yes, this is a AI generated photo, just like the first one I showed with the necktie pulling as indicating future events. That is also AI generated.
Little foreshadowing.
They're right. The one thing that I will say so far with all of everything that's come out, there is so far never been a released photo of her with Epstein. So now maybe there may be no photo evidence of it, but for her to say that she's never met him, I think is BS. It's bullshit. She's met him. She knew who he was.
Yeah, she at least knew who he was because her crimes are more financial than direct, like Bill's would have been, if there were crimes actually committed, which I think just kind of lack any actual evidence or witness testimony to back any of it up. So it's like, what are we going to do? This is starting to, like, on the surface, all we have is a underage prostitution honeypot scam involving a lot of individuals who may or may not have even participated in such actions.
I mean, Virginia Guffrey, she's gone.
Yeah.
It could be that she throw her Bill under the bus.
Yeah, you would think she would at this point, because she's she's always been more of a self-interest type person.
Aren't there a lot of victims still okay out there? Or?
Yeah, but they're not making themselves look good. That's another thing. The victims that are
not really talking.
When they do talk, it makes it worse. They're kind of pushing empathy away from themselves.
Yeah, are they victims or did they just take the money?
Yeah. Like when one of the girls said, she got recruited at a young age, she became basically a prostitute for Epstein, and he always promised her a higher up position in the company where she could go from having to be a prostitute to recruiting prostitutes to, doing bookkeeping. And she just never got that. She never got that promotion. She's literally saying this. I'm like, oh, fuck, this is.
Yeah, that's not what a victim is.
Well,
always a whore, never a madam.
At the time, which would make her a victim. But thing is, though, right now I would want her to testify to a grand jury and then testify in a trial and give actual witness testimony and basically, actual evidence and get some of these people convicted and put away for kid touching, which is what everybody in the country wants. But
I'm kind of stuck on two theories with that. Either the actual evidence that they would have had, it was under lock and key during 4 years of Biden, anything could have happened to it. So Trump promised the world that he sees it and there's nothing there to really report on. And what is there is just a whole lot of speculation that could actually implicate a lot of people that probably were just at parties trying to network and not doing anything actually wrong or illegal. And also, I like Trump, but I think he also kind of subscribes to that theory that certain people are just, we can't make this person look bad, or all of society will collapse on itself.
And that's what's irritating me is because, and that's what irritates me out of it, because it's the same thing that they did during the Occupy Wall Street type thing when it came to bailing out the banks, when it came to too big to fail mentality.
Right.
They're using almost the exact same principles that if we actually let these names out, they're too big, so it would cause the complete destruction of the Western world. No, you let it all out and let the chips fall where they may.
That's what I think. That's what I think. Because how many times have we been in situations where the media always starts screaming, the sky is falling, this is the beginning of the end, this is like the Roman Empire, this is the collapse that they've all been waiting for. And it never happens. We always seem to overcome. And I really think that bringing these very important people out of the fucking shadows and making them face actual consequences, it's going to help a lot more than it hurts, and they're just not willing to.
I always want to see some of these media types go down. I mean, Joe and Mika, I don't know what they would be arrested for, but I would love to see it.
Just hope they are.
Well, I mean, most people.
Yeah. Well, that's a big man. We need to do something. The media needs to be getting in check. Go ahead, Emerald.
I was going to say, see, this is where my theory of a First Amendment is, and I know it probably does not really fit with the actual intention, but yes, news reporters can say whatever they want. They have their First Amendment right, but not the corporation. The corporation should be able to be gone after. You guys are publishers. You're responsible for whatever your people say. Now, they have the right to say it and they can't be prosecuted for it, but you're the corporation. The corporation should not have any kind of constitutional protections. You're a corporation. But I think, I don't know, Mark of Reality, you might know this and be able to break it down a little bit more, Theo, too. But when it comes to like the Citizens United, I'm not a big fan of Citizens United in the sense almost kind of giving personhood to corporations.
Think about corporations. I mean, they're made up of people, and people, corporations act through their people. So whatever a corporation says is actually being said by somebody high up in the corporation. I mean, Elon Musk has his First Amendment right, just like everybody else here.
Right.
And
but isn't that just the individual?
Tesla.
But that's still just the individual, not necessarily the corporation. He does speak for the corporation, but he's still the individual. The individual can say whatever he wants. But this is where I get a little confused when it comes to the Citizens United aspect of things, where granted mine is a little bit shoddy when it comes down to it, but it's the over what is the belief of what Citizens United did allow to occur. Now, granted, I don't think a corporation has the same protections under the Constitution as a citizen does. A citizen can come out and say whatever they want, but if the employee is saying it in the context of media specifically, then the corporation's on the hook. It's the same with publishing in the newspaper. It's the corporation and editors that are the ones that ended up responsible for allowing that to go out in the first place, whether it be slanderous, liable, whatever the case may be.
Now, refresh my memory, but I thought Citizens United was mostly about corporations spending money to help certain campaigns. And then we've passed a lot of campaign laws in the meantime. I think the last big one was under Bush, McCain-Feingold, where an individual gets to donate like $2,300 or whatever it was, but a corporation gets to donate $5,000.
Yeah,
but then if you create a PAC, which is basically a corporation, only it's not a profit-driven corporation; it's a politically driven corporation. Then you can spend all the money you want.
And that's where that's where I have the biggest problem with it. An individual,
because it allows them to buy politicians.
Right. The individual, sure, they can donate. I mean, that's the individual's right to be able to donate to a campaign. But when you have almost unlimited funding and then raise the level, and on top of that, it does put the corporation at a bigger bargaining chip, especially with all the lobbyists and everything else. It just adds to the problem that we have with lobbyists as it is already. You're buying the politician.
Well, one thing that Trump and the internet seem to have done was to equalize people's voices. I mean, right now I'm talking to 4 other people about politics where anybody on the planet can listen to us right now. And 20 years ago that was not the thing. The internet's
it wasn't even the thing a couple years ago, if you remember.
Yeah,
where the media could say anything true or false as long as it aligned with the agenda, where people like us were being deplatformed left and right.
Oh yeah.
in some cases, criminally charged.
Yep. And arrested and everything else. The most interesting thing about this whole corporation versus individuals thing is what's going on with the Europeans right now. They went and fined Elon Musk personally 20 million euros or something like that because they are mad about all the stuff that gets said on his platform that they think should not be said by individuals that aren't really under his control. So he went and he's trying to systematically shut down Starlink and X throughout Europe. So, and there are a lot of politicians over there who are crying wolf right now because Elon's turning all of his stuff off. He's like, well, if you guys are going to be that way, I'm not going to do business in Europe. See ya.
And I see nothing wrong with that from a business aspect. It's like, yeah, if you're in an area that's hostile to you, you have every right to pull up shop. It's the same thing that even companies here in the U.S. are doing when it comes to having headquarters in certain states. One of them is In and Out just moved from California's headquarters over to Tennessee.
Yeah. Now, I got a question about that. So what would an American... So X is an American company owned by an American citizen, Musk, and that all of his standards follow U.S. standards, law, whatnot.
Yeah.
So is Europe's... Basically, what they're trying to do is impose European law on the entire platform.
Yes, on individual Americans. Like me, like you, like all the people in the chat. And it's not just Europe, it's a lot of countries around the world.
Remember Brazil?
Well, I was thinking of when Chrissy Mayer, Chrissy Mayer, she's on FNT and she's got her Simpcast and everything else. But I think it was Malaysia that got all mad at her because what she said something that didn't comport with Islam. It's like, shut up,
fuck off.
She lives in New York. She's a comedian. She's gonna piss everybody off at some point.
Yeah, I mean, we could do a whole show about dedicated to pissing off Islam. Those are some of my favorites, actually.
But yeah, they were mad. They have sent some sort of legal sanctions to her in the mail, and she's like, okay.
Fucking.
I'm not gonna go to Malaysia on vacation anytime soon. See ya.
But it does open it up the fact too that you have the UK that's now floating the idea to trying to extradite American citizens for violating England's community standards for social media.
Right.
Oh, I saw that too.
They're arresting people at the airport. They've already arrested two. I know one. I think one was, or at least detained for violating speech law in their country before they got there.
Who did they arrest?
I believe it's just
or even not too long ago, they had a UK citizen that came to the US, took pictures of himself shooting guns, and then got arrested when he came back to the UK.
For shooting guns where it was legal to shoot guns.
Right.
Yeah, but since it was illegal in the UK, he got in trouble for that. So basically, the UK is actually trying to do like a global 1984 or whatever. So they started
that's
off
all of
with
the
ship
EU,
laws,
not just UK.
Well, yeah, but the whole thing is so first is we need to protect kids on the internet. So, and the people who went along with it was like, okay, we need the IDs and everything for that. Oh, but now we need to protect kids from the evil speech that you have. It's not just the porn, right? So if you say anything they deem, and to anyone, I could say your 1/4 hat is derogatory to me or something for whatever reason, and he should be banned off the internet or whatever. That's the point they're getting to is like I don't want my kids to see that 1/4 hat, or I don't want my kids to see a guy wearing shades on YouTube or some shit. You know, that's offensive somehow, and I need to protect my kids. So it like they can keep moving the goalposts all they want, and that's how they just keep arresting folks or whatever.
So here's the story on it. UK has now become what George Orwell predicted in 1984. Man was arrested by police in Britain after he posted a picture online of himself posing with a gun in the U.S. He was then jailed overnight in a cell and then bailed. And I was told to be careful of what I say online, and I need to understand how it makes people feel by the thought police. The communist Gestapo seized his computers and his phone, so he has been unable to even work. Then they dropped the charges. The process is the punishment.
Yeah.
But even I know you guys aren't into the anime realm, but there was a guy not so long ago that got his charges dropped for us. He had, I think it was a different European country, but he got in trouble for having he flew somewhere to an anime convention or whatever, and they got mad at the stuff that was on his phone and arrested him for that.
Did he carry
he did get the charges dropped. What he's, you know, even if you do get the charges dropped, like spending a year in jail or in prison or whatever, I mean, you got to go to work, pay bills and stuff. You know, that's a big loss. Yeah. Even a few days.
Oh yeah,
what
devastating. Then you could end up getting fired because
was there some sort of like lolicon that was explicit or something?
It wasn't explicit. I know Chibi Reviews talked about it, but honestly, it wasn't really that bad, and it's pretty normal in the anime community, whatever. But like, what anyone's interpretation could make it bad or whatever, right? So, so that's the thing. We're being held hostage over like, you know, whether it's drawings or whatever, and not even real people. But like, the whole thing stands is okay. We can get in trouble, and I think that's also why the whole facial recognition thing, where it's not just the UK either. So we seen in Texas where they wanted a law to be like, okay, to use and you go to the app store on your phone, you need to show your ID in order to anything to protect kids, and that's like, you know,
it's an excuse
in the name of safety. It's just a back door to lose your rights and bend over for the government.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, if you have like nude photos of somebody under the age of 18 on your phone and you're in the Philippines, but you're an American citizen, you're still technically subject to U.S. law just by virtue of the fact that you're a U.S. citizen.
Right.
But then when you step into your home state, if your home state has a law against possessing that material and it's on your phone, you're possessing that material in your home state, and then they would have a right to come after you. I know a lot of different countries, like England, have different ages of consent and stuff like this. I think they tried to go after Henry Cavill for dating an 18-year-old one time, but the age of consent in Britain is 16, so it was kind of like a non-starter, and they were both British subjects. But
yeah, they did the same thing to Russell Brand because he was in his late 20s and 17, which is in the UK perfectly fine. Whether you agree with that or not, in the UK, their laws, that's fine.
But I mean, I'm fine with the American interpretation because I think 16-year-olds are idiots. 17-year-olds are too.
I actually think the legal age of consent for everything, including voting, military service. Everything should be drinking, smoking should be raised to 21. Cap it there. Let's keep it all. The having it mixed is never so well. It's like you can be 18 and drafted or voluntarily join the military to serve your country and possibly.
Well, you could voluntarily join,
but you can't buy beer. Right, but you can't get a beer. So either lower it or raise it and keep it at one thing.
Okay. I joined the Marine Corps when I was 17, and I had to get my mother's permission. But I remember by the time I got done with boot camp and everything, and I was free to actually move about, the drinking age on the federal camp base, whatever you want to call it, that we were on, Camp Pendleton, was 18, but it's inside of a state that has drinking age of 21. But it's federal property regulated by federal government, so drinking age was 18 at the E Club, our local bar.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Marine. My brother was a corpsman. So.
Yeah, my brother was a Marine too. Yeah.
Well, that one, what you said, Captain, I'm from San Diego.
Like, yeah, that's where my brother went to.
This was also a very long time ago too.
Yeah. But the other thing, most states, even in the United States, the age of consent is 16. Except, most people.
Time out real quick before you continue that sentence, Vagabond. What did I walk into? Because I was away from the camera. I don't know. And you guys are talking. Are you guys talking about getting teenagers drunk? Because I just want to say I don't support that.
No, I was about to bring up alcohol too.
Hold on.
But
wait, I just want to opt out before we get there. I don't want to defend this tomorrow.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say, I think because with alcohol, you can, if I remember right, you can have alcohol as a kid, but with the parent and guardian consent on your property or whatever.
Not
I think some places.
I think different states have different laws on alcohol.
I've never been to a state where
being the age of consent for sex, because I don't know too many 16-year-olds that are going to be able to get together and start a family.
Well, I understand that, but I think a lot of states still have the.
What if the 16-year-old's parents are present? Then is it okay?
Oh God. No, but I know with alcohol, you can have alcohol from your parents. It's as long as it's not outside the home.
I've never heard that. Man, that's crazy. Yeah. Oh man.
Well,
but I just, at least for some things, I think the age, like drinking, smoking, and age of consent should all be raised. Military is a little bit debatable, but I still think there should be leeways given. If you're joining up at 17 and 18, then you should be treated as an adult. There, something like that.
I've got an evil Zionist master story for you.
Okay,
all right.
So, my bad. So, states like Georgia, it is allowed under strict private and supervised conditions. So,
while he's talking about drinking.
Okay, I was gonna say, wait, time out.
Yeah, so
you have to have the whole family in the room.
Oh no.
No, 29 states have exceptions for underage drinking on private property. So you can drink on when you're younger. It's just you have to have your parents' permission, pretty much, and on the private property.
Well, I have this friend of mine. He was much older than me. He was French, and he was Jewish. Lived in France, Morocco, Israel, United States, and a couple other places. The man could speak 8 languages, and he was in the Mossad, but he was not a spy. He was not a part of the Shin Bet, which is the spy agency. He was a criminal defense attorney, and he worked for the Mossad because when they are able to arrest some of those terrorists or whatever they have over there, they do give them a fair trial, and they appoint criminal defense attorneys to them, and he was one of the criminal defense attorneys. But he was French, had been raised in France, and the culture there is lots of alcohol at whatever age you happen to be. Mm-hmm. And he had his son. I'm not going to say how old the son was, but son was a lot younger than, 17 or whatever. But he would let his son drink at his house with like dinner and family, not going out, partying with the other kids on their bicycles, but, at home.
Like, I grew up having alcohol at home, so I've been drinking since I was 5. So
it used to be pretty normal, actually. I know we hear that really judgmentally, but in like the late 18th century, where the founding fathers was from, like sometimes drinking beer was safer than drinking water, and so it was like pretty normal to just like give beer to kids, and people didn't think it was bad.
Or the other thing was, if your baby was is teething, you would numb them by giving them like some whiskey.
Rub whiskey.
Yeah. Or if they're cold, if somebody was cold, you would give them brandy because it feels like it heats up your insides. It actually doesn't boost your body temperature that much in reality. But that was just like people were trying shit out,
Yeah.
Like,
not long after that, it's like, are you hearing voices? Take some cocaine about it. It'll be fine.
Man, if we can get the original formula of Coke, I'll be happy.
Right. But yeah, in Europe, Italy and France, I know for sure, like it's very common for pretty much kids of all ages having wine with dinner is just normal. Just normal.
Germany is beer.
Yeah.
And it's a different age limit too with what the actual spirit is. Beer is at a younger age compared to, let's say, whiskey, the hard stuff.
Okay, are we talking like 3.2 Natty Light, or are we talking real beer?
I believe it's actually like Germany. So at a younger age, you can have beer, but you can't. So just regular beer and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you just can't have any of the hard stuff. Whiskey,
I will say this.
Scotch, that stuff.
No, and if you are giving alcohol to children, you're obligated to give them the worst, shittiest stuff you can find. I believe that because the good stuff is they won't appreciate it. They won't appreciate the difference.
IPAs is the worst.
I will say IPAs taste like pond water, and I know that's controversial because I'm from the Northwest, but they are just the worst shit I've ever put in my mouth. And there's competition, believe me. That's the worst, nastiest shit that's ever been in my mouth.
Man,
is an IPA.
I don't like IPAs. Any of that craft beer shit, just not a fan.
And Theo's had some nasty things in his mouth. Anyway, no one was going to walk into that door he opened.
Let's say hi to the chat real quick because we're already an hour in to see how it's doing. And I'm going to go ahead and get on. I thought I saw first hobo shit.
Your mic's going in and out.
Yeah, your mic is starting to go.
Yeah, it's still. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know how to fix it.
Didn't we fix
it? Is anybody else having mic trouble? Is anybody else having mic trouble? I hear everybody else fine. Okay, so this is just
it's just unfortunately iron.
Shoot.
It's just me. Okay, we're gonna wrap up a little early this evening. We'll just do one more topic and call it a night so I can get this figured out. Greetings from the homeless shelter. I didn't know this was Weebcast today. Yes, it is. All right.
Oh, my bad.
I bet JD could pull a bunch of puss just in front of from the memes alone. Yeah, he'd be doing just fine if he were single. He's in he's happily married, Theo.
Yeah, I think he is happily doing just fine when he soon becomes single.
Oh God, dude. All right, let's see who else we got here. Justin Channels, new to the chat. Goodness, I think. We got Diana Gordon here. Good to see you. We've got John's Long Boxes in the chat. What up, John? Who else? We got Mr. Scott Awesome's here. Master of Trivia, Emily Kruger's here.
Okay, I figure out what the problem with your mic is. It's whenever you turn away from it, it disappears. It's being super directional.
Yeah, and I don't know. I really don't know why, because it never used to do this. Can't hear me over here, can you? Over here. Only right
no,
here.
Not at all. No.
Okay, so this is why is it doing that?
I have no idea, but I'm getting very. Here, talk amongst yourselves.
It's crazy.
Well, shout out Emily Kruger. And then
Dude, Emily watches like everything.
But I guess we do need to I guess we're gonna talk about Candace Owens, right? I think Candace Owens is retarded.
No, we're not going to feed into Theo. We're gonna talk about the State of the Union.
I know we haven't done this in a while, but we're still doing that donation to buy Theo a Candace Owens body pillow. So if you guys want to kick something in the super chats, if you want to label it for that. I also have I do a collection over on my show as well. We're trying to get that. I think it's, what did you guys say? It was like $150 to get like a super nice one. That's what we're going to do. So, and it will be in the background of future shows. So we are sticking with that bit. I know what you're thinking. Theo, are you going to die on this Candace Owens hill? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. This bit is going to continue for the next 100 years. I'm going to die with this bit.
But see, the thing is, I get people have questions, but okay, Candace Owens ain't giving you answers. But the thing is, there's probably still an investigation because it's like there's like this whole organization behind the whole thing, right? Like, because we have.
You do not want to face the wrath of my bunghole.
Oh man,
bro, the internet is wild. That's crazy. That's completely out of pocket. That's crazy. Oh man. Yeah. Can you I
kind of agree with Jeremy Prime on Candace Owens. I don't know. It's like she's kicking an anthill that I don't like her kicking.
She's beautiful and she can do whatever she wants. That's my final position.
We'll save Candace for when Iron gets back.
She's grieving.
But before we do, this came up.
Okay, in Candace Owens' defense, I will say one more thing. She's grieving. And the man she wanted to marry is dead. And all she has for comfort is her gay husband. Right? So she's upset. She has to take it out.
Okay, I do agree with you. Her husband's not doing her job.
Yeah, we'll get back to Candace when Iron gets back. But briefly, so Elon had a guest. So U.S. Capitol arrested Ilhan Omar's State of the Union guest after she refused to stop standing and blocking others in the gallery during Trump's speech. This is the same deranged activist arrested in Minnesota for using her car to block ICE agents' car on the streets. So, yeah, so you can see that woman that was arrested. Yeah, she was the guest of Ilhan Omar to the State of the Union.
I see. Wow.
Oh, okay. So that reminds me. So Georgia's even making a new law to where if your protest entitles blocking roads and stuff, there's going to be consequences for that. So I get freedom of speech, but you're also holding people hostage, which is you're holding so that you're preventing those people from having their freedom by your so-called free speech.
Real quick. I want to see if I can get an answer to this. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around the idea that some people think that Ilhan Omar and this chick are the good guys and that what they're doing is like totally rad and awesome and like good for the country. I'm having a really hard time understanding how people could think that. It's horrible.
Well, they've been conditioned to, right, that they think our side are literal Nazis. They can't even define what the term Nazi is. All they know is Nazi is bad equals bad guy. We're the ones not being called Nazi. Therefore, anything we do against them is justified.
I see. So, but the other thing too that I want to get at is like they also say that MAGA's a cult, but there's more infighting in fucking MAGA than in any other political faction I've ever seen. There's more people who don't agree with each other fighting all the time, which is not what you see in a cult. What you see in a cult is the kind of like decentralized repetition of the same talking points by everyone. And total lack
every
of
cult,
thinking.
actual cults, people don't realize they're in the cult. It's only people on the outside that are the ones.
It's like, no, you're in a cult, but they're actually.
A long time ago, when the Democrat Party was normal, as in they weren't what they are today. They believed in tariffs back then, but anyway, I think it was Roy Rogers who came out and said, "I'm not part of any organized party. I'm a Democrat," because they all fought like, all the time.
That's normal. Like in political factions, it's normal for them to squabble a little bit. And that's actually good because not everybody has the same interests, right? Like different parts of the country are going to want different things and may have different views, right? So it makes sense that they would want to fight over stuff. What's weird is what the left is doing right now, where it's this just dogmatic like repetition of the same talk. It's like trans women are women. Trans rights are human rights.
So
you know what I mean? Like that shit sounds like a cult to me.
Well, I think it's because of the school system. I think partially it's the school system in the news, right? So if you have mostly liberal teachers, they don't actually teach you what capitalism actually is. They make communism not seem so bad, such a bad thing. Because I had a teacher like that, which a couple of teachers were like when you're in history class. Well, communism, well, everyone can have a home and blah blah blah, this and this. Well, when you like, the whole thing is like, when you like everyone to have shelter and food and stuff like that. It sounds enticing for a young mind, right? And so that's why I think it's easy for, and if these people have control of the whole school system, right? Because it's only a certain group. It's not like every state has their own little set of differences or whatever, right? So you might learn things about your state, but other than that, when it comes to like history and stuff like that, and economics, it's all the same curriculum. So basically, if it's one ideology doing all the teaching, and I think that's where the problem is. So that's how come even now you got teachers, they're like or the ones orchestrating to let the students out of class and stuff, whatever, right? So I think that's what we're dealing with is I mean, over the years, because I won't put my kids in school because if my parents thought school was bad, that put me into school, I'm just gonna break the chain and just do homeschool. But I think that's mostly part of the problem. And you got mass, and I guess the second part, which could tie into Matt Walsh if we wanted to go there, is a lot of people on the right have neglected cultural pop culture a lot, right? When it comes to cartoons, movies, entertainment and stuff, and it's been demonized to where if the people on the left aren't demonizing it and they're able to take control of it, they can throw whatever they want in there. And again, young minds who are impressionable are absorbing everything from them. Of course, they're going to fall for this every single time.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Well, these kids are brought up in the environment of like trans characters on Netflix shows. Like that was like, it's the whole media ecosystem and the whole school system that is pushing like gay race communism on them.
Well, I mean, it's been going on before then too. Ever since the hippie movement, right? I think that's part of the start of it. In the 90s, they're going to start brainwashing us with Captain Planet to make anything oil corporations seem all big corporations.
Yeah, they did do that.
As much as I like Captain Planet, that was the whole point of it, was to be a propaganda show, but it didn't look like propaganda, and you got other things as well too.
All right. When I was a kid, and I was a kid a long damn time ago, the Democrats used to stand for the working man. My little high school in Missouri, we had half the adult males or half the fathers in my hometown all worked at the Ford plant. They were all in the union. I personally became a member of the UAW for about a year, right after I got out of the Marine Corps, and I needed to finish up college, and I worked. That's a whole other story. But the Democrats used to stand for the working man and for different groups. The working man needed tariffs just because he didn't need his job being shipped overseas. But then in, I'm going to say 92, it was both H.W. Bush and Clinton that sold, the working man down the river with NAFTA and GATT and a whole bunch of other trade agreements that basically got rid of all of our tariffs. So slave labor would undercut American labor. But, the working man was the big constituent group of the Democratic Party. They don't have that anymore. Since Clinton, it's gone. The working man, the middle class has been torpedoed. So they don't have a constituent group to stand up for. So they're trying to create one with medication and false education. Just the most absurd shit they're pulling. I don't know. But can you guys tell me who the Democrats represent other than illegal aliens who aren't supposed to be voting?
Themselves.
And
yes,
themselves.
and the reason, they represent themselves and the constant pursuit of unconditional power. Is my mic better now?
It is a lot better. It does sound really good.
Great. Okay, good. And that's by any means necessary, whether it's importing voters or with the criminals, that is to, that again goes into just buffing their numbers completely. They also represent, foreign interests, lobbyists, corporations, not the American citizen. We just, during the State of the Union,
Democrats used to accuse the Republicans of
absolutely all of that.
Yeah.
And for a long time, they both were in on it together.
Republicans are the corporate guys.
Mm-hmm.
But now, we've got Bill and Hillary who've been pimping out corporations since the 90s. We've got every warlord in the planet trying to move here. They represent every. Sorry.
You know who they represent? This fucking guy right here. A completely unaware, completely detached boomer elitist actor who the price of groceries has not mattered to this man in decades. Illegal immigration does not affect him in any way, shape, or form. None of the policies that affect the majority of the country affect him in any way, but they represent him more than anyone else. So let's hear what this dude, and this one hurts because I really loved him as an actor, but
we all love our country. I choke on that phrase, we all love our country, because our country isn't so lovable right now. In the current climate, declaring love for our country is like an abused spouse professing love for their abuser. I've never thought of citizenship as being an act of love. I've tried to be a good citizen. I pay my taxes, vote, obey the law, recycle, stay within the speed limit. Most of the time. Not always. In return, I'm grateful for the opportunities and freedoms my family, my fellow citizens, my immigrant ancestors have enjoyed. But my heart is broken as I see them being taken away, both the freedoms and increasingly my fellow citizens. We all love our country.
Theo, you look like you're about to lose your fucking mind.
God,
What
that
you got
was.
to say?
It's just so effeminate. I hate. Well, this is the same Robert De Niro that allowed his son to get transed.
Yeah,
right. That's who we're dealing with.
That's
here.
what we're talking about.
Man, just like a complete absence of masculinity in that response. Like comparing essentially himself to a battered wife. A battered wife. To compare the American people to a battered wife. It's just so effeminate. It's just so gay. It's so weak. It's limp-wristed. It's like I'm a victim. Ugh. Feel bad for me. I'm wealthy and powerful. I'm one of the most famous men in the world. I have an incredible legacy. I'm at the top of my field. I retired with preeminent respect and I have a family. But yeah, you know what? I feel bad for me. I feel aggrieved.
Well, it's like Pokemon, right? They don't see themselves as actually rich. So well, they do, but they're lying. But like we've seen Pokemon, she's like, we need to tax the rich. And that Asian guy next to him was like, well, aren't you rich? No, I meant the uber rich. Like
yeah,
billionaire.
Because everybody
that's
what,
but what they really mean when they say tax the rich is the middle class, the upper middle class especially. They're the ones that are they just have too much and they got it too good. Those small business owners, they should give up their stores or whatever they own. That should be part of the workers should own part of that. That kind of bullshit. And we were looking at that thing on the UK that you brought up, either Emerald or Vagabond. And it said that the person who shot the guns in America while on vacation was arrested because of how it might make other people feel. And that's where Orwell got it fucking right when he said it would be the women who turn first and turn on everybody, because everything is about, well, that might make somebody else feel bad. So that makes me feel bad for someone else who might feel bad. It's all this. And now going back to Theo, this feminization bullshit that they have weaponized against Western culture.
Yeah, some people have never been hit in the face with a dodgeball, and it shows.
Right.
Well, the other thing too, when we started letting, no offense, there are some good women out there, but when you start letting them in charge of everything, which is what we're also seeing. Oh, well, CEO, like the new CEO of Xbox, never fucking worked a video game company in her life, gets promoted to run a video game company, or a section of a company for the video game section. You got all these, we got to put women in here, there. It doesn't matter what degree or if they're ever were in the industry at all. Put them at the top. So women work on emotion first. And a small example of that is when you go to little leagues where there's participation trophies because women got involved in sports. Yeah. And corporations and running the countries now is just a bigger scale of that.
Yeah, put that hockey player back up.
Yeah, I know. This is the America we want back. And this is what we're getting back, whether they like it or not. This big lurch-looking motherfucker, did you see he was standing? His legs were destroyed by these weren't regular bullets that took out his legs. These were the kind that take anti-aircraft arsenal. And he still he still lands it and he still stands up to get his medal, and he looks like 7 feet fucking tall. The width of like somebody's head, or like, it's great. And then this kid got his teeth knocked out, bleeding as fuck. That is a fucking magazine cover right there. Will they use it? No, they're already calling these kids the Nazis. They're
oh, please,
which is crazy. It's like every woman is shitting on them right now. Everyone with a social media profile is shitting on these guys right now.
Yeah.
Every female athlete's shitting on these guys right now. Every women who, they just don't know anything.
Female hockey team refused to go to the White House.
Had his teeth knocked out. He's got blood everywhere, and he's got the biggest smile because he is the
never been happier
ever been in his life.
Why is this not admirable? Like, why are we
probably
not
has like
about
6
this?
broken bones we don't know about yet. But yeah, he's the happiest he's ever been in his life, and they can't take that away from him.
Did you see what they got the
By God, they're
strippers
trying.
for the national anthem? Did you see what they got the
Yes!
strippers for the national anthem? That was incredible.
See, Theo, there's hope for them yet.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
But
This is what I'm saying when I say women just fuck the winners, by the way. This is what I mean. They don't have opinions. They just fuck whoever wins. So you don't have to listen to them.
This came from the Atlantic just after the State of the Union. It's nice to be feted as winners as the U.S. men's Olympic hockey team has been, but who's celebrating you and why they're doing it matters more. Athletes would be wise to recognize that in this climate, celebration is easily repurposed into political capital.
Oh,
See, that's like this. You remind me. Oh no, you go ahead.
Sorry.
No,
you're fine.
You're right.
Oh, go ahead,
Yeah,
Mark.
No, I was kind of making an outburst. Sorry.
Outbursts are more than welcome. They're always welcome here, Mark.
I was
In a
about to do my
nation
own
this
outburst.
polarized, the proximity carries weight whether the players are being intentional or merely naive. Oh my God. No, I've seen that they took a picture of the 1940s German hockey team. And you know what their uniforms look like, and put on their congratulations to the United States hockey team.
Okay.
It sounds like they're mad at these guys for winning and being happy about it.
Yeah, here's the thing. These guys are not Nazis, but I might be one now because of this shit. Like, they are not. I want to be clear. My views are not shared by the U.S. hockey team. However,
You know, I want Theo to watch Tanya the Evil.
What's that, Vagabond?
So this Japanese guy dies, and this guy dies and becomes like he was reincarnated as a girl, and joins his army, and all he cares about is killing commies.
Oh, right.
And he
I've
got
seen
powers
clips
and
from that.
everything.
Yeah,
That sounds great.
Of that, I think I saw clips
And
of
then
that on your show.
there's even like speeches. You don't negotiate with commies; just massacre them all. So
it's crazy. It's crazy
Hello,
though. It is
visitor.
crazy to hear that kind of criticism. That kind of criticism coming from and it's not just like random accounts on Instagram. It's like the whole, or on Twitter or whatever. It's like the mainstream media establishment is saying that it's bad that an American team won because it made conservative people happy.
Right. Now, if those kids didn't drape themselves in the American flag or stood on it or started screeching free Palestine or fuck ICE, or kneeled or did any of the bullshit.
Or did anything like the ski team did.
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah.
And how did they do, Emerald? How did they do?
I don't believe they did very well.
No, they did not. But you know who did do well? The hockey team and that little mixed Chinese girl that's stealing the heart of the Zoomerwaffen as we speak.
That's playing for China. Yeah.
No, not her. The one that's playing for America. Her parents or her dad was Chinese communist defect that came to the United States. She's very proud of that fact. She removed all of the pronouns from her bio when confronted about it. She said, "Yeah, I put those up when I was a kid. I outgrew that shit."
And she thinks Aaron Yeager did nothing wrong.
Right. And you'll like this, Theo. She's mentioned clavicular a couple times, and he's trying to get her on the show.
Excellent.
Well, Theo might like Aaron Yeager too. It is a German name.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
It's an anime character that
but
probably committed mass, probably murder everyone on the planet. But yeah,
But this is the average person that does not like the United States men's hockey team right now. And let's see what she has to say.
Murderers don't go to jail?
Well, first off, not all murder is created equal.
Should murderers go to jail or no?
If we're talking about somebody actually, like, responsible for an actual murder,
Yeah.
I think we need something better than jail. How
Like
many
what?
murders have gone to jail and then come back out and murdered somebody else?
I don't know, but like, what's the alternative?
How about not let any of murderers ever come out of jail ever again? Or better yet,
The alternative?
I think you should look to your history books for that.
No, just tell
We
me.
went through millennia of existence without the modern prison system.
What do we do? Kill them?
No.
Then what do we do with them?
Restorative justice systems like we used to.
Like what? But what's the solution?
I'm not giving you an entire criminal justice lesson.
Just
on
tell
the
me,
street.
if you don't send them to jail, where do you send them?
Huh?
If you don't send them to jail, where do you send them?
Where do you send them? Why do we need to specifically send them somewhere?
Well, they shouldn't be on the streets after they've murdered somebody, surely.
Depends.
No, murderers shouldn't be on the street. It doesn't depend at all.
I think it depends.
I don't think it depends at all. If you kill somebody, you should be in jail. It's not self-defense.
I think I might be too radical for you to be talking
So
to.
you
here,
disagree with that premise?
What?
That murderers should not be on the streets?
That murderers are on the streets right now.
But do you think we should make so they're not on the streets?
No. I believe in restorative justice.
Let them walk free.
Restorative
Punitive justice does not do anything
Let them
to
walk
protect the
free.
community.
Let them walk free then.
I don't say that there shouldn't be any consequences, but I don't think that incarceration is the right one.
But let them walk free. Let them walk free.
With restrictions, but yeah. They don't need
Murderers walk free.
Huh?
Murderers walk free, yeah.
Like they do now, yeah. Murderers walk free
That
every
is
day. Did you know in the
absolutely
United States
insane.
you have 50% chance of getting away with your first murder?
I don't care. My premise is that murderers should go to jail. They should be removed from the streets. You disagree with that?
My premise is that
I see our two legal scholars just cringing in their seats right now. This is great.
Well, the historical solution for murder was not incarceration. She's right about that. The historical solution was execution.
Immediate.
That's what happened.
Swift.
As soon as you found him. Even if you
And
found a
public.
different guy. Sometimes you'd execute a different guy just to make a point. Like, sometimes you'd execute him and a couple of his homies and his baby mama just to make a point.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where she's getting this idea that, like, in the past, justice was more compassionate than it is now. I don't know where any of that is coming from.
Restorative justice.
So
Is that like
part of the
Clockwork
thing,
Orange?
guys. Well, I deal with a lot of these guys actually every day, so pretty much. So what they believe is that, and a lot of your nonprofits in California base it on this, is that you can it doesn't matter what the person did, you can rehabilitate them back into society. And so that's what and they think that the reason why they committed the act was because of the system made them, led them that stray or whatever. So that's the whole restorative justice thing is. That's what these are the same guys that want to be like, oh, there's too much harsh conditions in prison. We need to reverse that. Give these guys TV screens, tablets, and phones. And a lot of prisons in California are falling for that. One, because you get the nonprofit sector money, which is which I say is also a big money laundering scheme.
100%.
So, like, I think the Somalians are just 1% of this giant scam pie with nonprofits and whatever else.
You're 100% right.
Yeah,
We've only touched the tip of the iceberg because the Somalis are too retarded to cover their tracks.
Yeah, they're supposed to be the dumb ones. And they got out, what, 18, 19 billion dollars?
Yes.
Whatever we're up to now.
Duffel bags of cash going to the airport every day, going back to Somalia, and they flagged it, but nobody ever did anything about it. See, to their defense, I don't think they felt like they had to cover their tracks because they were being
coached
like by everyone in charge because they're all in on it. Sorry, Vagabond, go ahead, bud.
No, I was right. Well, because basically, I think it also goes back to taxes, right? Because all this funding is from taxes, and so basically, you know, we got federal taxes after World War One. It was only supposed to be temporary, but I think ever since these people in charge started, like, oh well, there's a lot of money we can extract from this, these sheep. Let's keep extending it. That's why also these guys got long terms in office. I mean, compared to what the president makes, these guys are making a hell of a lot more.
Exactly. And name one time when the government imposed a restrictive or harmful action against the citizens of this country that that was supposed to be temporary and eventually became permanent.
Well,
name one that was actually redacted after this thing ended. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Now it's gone.
Right. Well, here's why they're not really trying to solve the problem, because like I said, I've seen people, some of these nonprofits are like, hey, we're going to read books to prisoners or something that doesn't really pertain to actually solving anything, right? And the reason why is because even if how useless as a lot of these things are, that means there's always going to be the so-called problem that was never fixed, which is also more justification of why we need more taxes to go try to fight and solve the problem. That's why California hasn't really tried to solve its homeless problem, because it wants the homeless problem. Because then
the homeless industrial complex is a thing, a big thing.
Okay. Where do I start? No, I remember when Elon helped Trump start up the Doge office within the White House, and they were finding, USAID and all this other stuff. And at one point, Elon said that 4.7 trillion had been lost. That's a lot of loss. That plus, I remember the early 2000s when what was it? Rumsfeld came back from some audit of DOD, and he said that 2 trillion had been lost, and later that 2 trillion had turned into 6 trillion. But I mean, this is trillion. I mean, $10.5 trillion at least right there that we might know about, but nobody wants to report on. I honestly think that the whole income tax scheme, I think 80% of that's being stolen. Honestly.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think 80% might be a low number too. Yeah, so I'm with Trump. If we want to get rid of corruption, the root of the corruption is the income tax. We need to go to tariffs or whatever other ways we used to raise a hell of a lot of money without shaking down poor people and middle class people and people that don't know they're rich.
And while I'm all for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, that's not enough. No tax on
no tax on anybody under $1 million a year, because they say they want to tax billionaires, and it's what everybody who makes over $800,000 pays like 90% of the income taxes anyway.
Well, I think for me, like, there's alternatives to taxes. So, I mean, that's where like buying bonds and stuff like that. We need to get back to like points like that, or start working at our points like that.
That's kind of what we do now, though.
Right.
Whenever Congress needs money, I think it's the Fed Reserve issues bonds and hands it to Congress. And Congress uses those bonds, sales or whatever. They sell them back to the Treasury and uses that money to spend. And all the taxes or whatever just kind of go supposedly to pay our interest on the debt, pay off the debt, and all that. But a lot of it just kind of disappears. like USAID.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
here, $2 trillion there, and turns
well,
into
it's not
trillion.
it's not necessarily incentivized more, right? As opposed to I'll be because okay, I get the tariffs thing. I'm speaking more as a libertarian too, so just so you're aware, and so like, but there's ways around to not just taxing people to death. That but again, like I mean, we could talk about solutions all day, but
I agree.
as long as but the thing is, since all these guys are in charge, they're not actually looking for solutions. They want to keep the problems going. So then it's like, well, look, we still
the problems get them elected.
Problem, yeah,
it gets them elected,
and
they need the
elected,
problems to campaign on.
And after they're elected, they somehow make millions of dollars on the side.
Mm-hmm. That was one of my favorite parts of the State of the Union the other night was when he went after the insider trading finally. And it needs to go deeper than that. We need to look at the real. There's other reasons why these people can come in, some of them in debt or very low income, and become multimillionaires within the first year of public service. And that's unacceptable. I mean, they need to do what, it wasn't Malay that did this. It was the guy with the super prison.
Oh, El Salvador.
El
Salvador.
He did something great. His first day in office, he put all of the members of both parties pretty much under active investigation for corruption. And they were each assigned a special prosecutor to look into every single one of them. And they need to make it so that the right people want to run for these offices, because right now we only have the wrong people running for the wrong reasons. It needs to be a sacrifice in a public service and doing it for the greater good of your country and not permanent. So term limits, there's so many things that need to be done before any of these problems can ever be fixed. But now we're going to shift gears and go into something more fun, because I know Theo's been waiting all night. So it is time for Candace Owens. Oh, let's see what she's been up to lately. I'm sure it's completely rational, and I'm sure all of her points make perfect sense if you're just willing to listen.
Exactly.
What are you going to investigate? No, they're like, pray for Erica. Someone's looking into her background. Pray. Oh, she will need your prayers. Her children need your prayers. They were doing that. Pray for her children. Why? Because she's at the office the whole time? Like, what was that? What was that freak out panic? When have we ever done anything to the children at all? Ever said anything? Of course, we want the children to be great. You should not be praying for the children because an investigative series is coming out about their mother who has chosen to be the CEO in her husband's stead. That's a decision that was made.
Sounds a little bitter, doesn't she? Especially that last part.
Just a little bit.
Want to?
I don't think it was bitter. I think she's always been a leftist. When it was popular for black folks to go from, I'm no longer Democrat or whatever, I'm now Republican, that she hopped on that train. And then that train's kind of set and sailed. And so now, instead of just coming out right and saying I'm a leftist the whole time, I'm going to try to wheedle my leftist talking points with stuff with no proof into my talk show that I'm here.
I have a question. Did she ever have a thing for Charlie Kirk?
I'm so glad you asked that, Mark. It would seem apparently so. That is, that's definitely.
This is true, by the way.
Yeah, you can go back and watch videos of them just hanging out, and I don't think she ever got over it. So this is definitely a personal agenda. This is not just, she just decided to become the CEO of this. But who the fuck cares? So who cares? Turning Point will either crash and burn. How does that affect you? Or it won't. No, this is vendetta. This is female vendetta.
Yeah, this is.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, Theo?
I think like I said, she did nothing wrong. Obviously, everything she says in this particular clip is just true. But also, I said this, when you were off the air a little bit ago due to camera issues. The guy she wanted to marry is dead, and all she's got for comfort is her gay husband. And the woman who married the guy she wanted is running around, soaking up all the attention. So, obviously
she really wanted to be the grieving widow.
Yeah. So and somebody else, another woman is getting all the grief attention that she wanted. And you know what? Like, this is the side chick who ruins the funeral. This is what we're seeing right now, because she wants to be acknowledged. Right? That's what we're seeing. And this is why she just needs someone to take care of her and to hear her out and to be a penis to cry on. You know what I mean? And that's what I can come in. Because a lot of this is, as you guys are right, she is hurt for a squirt, and a lot of this is just pent up sexual.
So what you're saying is she needs to go hang out on a Navy base for a couple of months.
No. Or just come hang out with me for a couple months. That way I won't have to get the body pillow. Or she can get measured for the body pillow while she's out here. We could do that. That would be great. Okay. I would appreciate that, me personally.
Both externally and internally.
Dude, here's the thing. I think she and I would get along great together. I think we already have a lot in common.
Okay, let's finish this video.
Okay. What are you going to investigate?
Oh, that was it. Okay. And I got some.
Actually, I don't object to any of that. She did great on that one.
Really, she's pretty upset about they're praying for Erica and Charlie's children. You didn't think that was a little bad taste? Not even a little?
Well, it's mostly everyone at Turning Point is Christian, right? So of course they're going to be talking about prayer and overcoming in that sense. So I think she's, I don't know. I think even if she did Charlie, the problem is she's sounding more like a crazy black woman. And Charlie picked a blonde bombshell.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Vagabond. I didn't know I had the screen pulled up yet.
No, I was just saying, Charlie got a blonde bombshell, and as an angry black woman, a diaries. What was it? Tyler Perry wrote a movie about this, right?
Diary of an Angry Black Woman.
Yeah,
nothing an angry black woman hates more than a hot blonde chick. I just gotta say that much.
Yeah.
All right. Bombshell.
I'll say this. This is what I'll say in defense of the substance of what she said. You can't be the CEO of one of the most powerful political organizations in the country and also play the I have kids card every time you get criticized. At some point, you just have to deal with the criticism because you have power and you command.
Would you argue that some of the criticism is a little over the top and unjust?
I would argue that criticism of people with that much power can and sometimes should be unfair, just like criticism of the president should be unfair. They should get criticized round the clock all the time for everything because they wield a tremendous amount of power. That's the point. You cannot use "I'm a widow" as a dodge every time you get criticized when you're a person who wields power.
Well,
that's bullshit.
The problem with that is Erica's not the one complaining that I'm a widow. It's people like us on the internet. It's her
proxies basically.
But the other thing though, the problem I have is the questions Candace asks or bring up is they're really unfounded and it act like we. Instead of being like a normal person and wait for the information to come out and then judge based upon that from the incident that happened, she's just running her mouth like a black woman usually do.
Right. And that's why we love them, though.
I have another question. What has Turning Point been doing since Charlie's demise? Have they been still setting up booths to basically talk to people?
They've still been going to camp. Yeah, they've still been going to campuses. They've still been doing tours. They've had guest speakers that are on the conservative side going and doing events still.
Yeah, I think Rob Schneider even did one.
Vaughn Coleman went to one, who's in the chat as well.
No, he did. Yeah, he went to that the convention in, I think it was Phoenix.
He went to the Turning Point USA America Fest.
Okay, so they've still been going to campuses and talking to people who are on the edge of normal versus the abyss.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been doing the best they can. I mean, they're definitely handicapped significantly because Turning Point, Charlie Kirk was Turning Point.
Yeah, and he was a very strong voice too.
Yeah, with the exception of Steven Crowder, who's not associated with them, there hasn't been anyone else who could do what he did. Crowder is a close second with Change My Mind that actually came first.
To be fair, like Ford Motors is not the same since Henry Ford passed away, right? Like, no. I get it that, but at the same time, the company can still run and function, maybe not to the same capacity, but in some sort of way they can keep it alive or whatever.
Right. I mean, of course they're going to try.
Do they have anybody that's like coming up into the stride, or I guess getting better at it that could not?
Well, you do got a couple guys that are doing table stand-ups at different colleges.
Cernovich is not bad.
Yeah. I think it's like, I mean, the problem I have with everybody who's not in Turning Point USA is that the assassination / murder was not even like a year ago, you know? So like we're talking like they're supposed to have like these drastic changes, have this grand person to be up in charge and everything, and it hasn't even been a whole year since the actual incident. So that's kind of my problem with everyone like just saying anything about it. I'm like, I mean, things take time or whatever, and I think a lot of it too is because most people don't know how to run businesses or never been in charge of being in the boss position before, so they'll say whatever they want, including Candace. Like all her businesses end up being scams or some sort of what.
Yeah, that is true. And a lot of that, since she's doing this expose on Erica Kirk, it's only fair that people are doing an expose on her and digging up a lot of the stuff that either people already knew, didn't know, or had forgotten about involving some of those business dealings and different things she had in the past.
Like one of them being a website, like one of them being a website for doxing.
Yeah. That's just one. Let's see what she has to say.
I honestly, even with Brexit, Blaxit, I still never trusted her. And the fact is that even when she got hired by Daily Wire, I'm like, what are you guys doing? She's definitely, she is literally a grifter. She's going to what is an
full-fledged opportunist.
Absolutely.
Well, I do have to be honest about that part too with the Daily Wire. It's not just Daily Wire. A lot of people on the right, as soon as there's a black guy, including myself, that has talking points that align with them, like whether the black person believes it or not, or what they're actually saying, white people on the right eat that up. And so
that's 100%
true. That's a fact.
Yeah. And now Vagabond, I want to push back on that a little bit because you black guys are kind of on the same level as us. Some of you just don't know it yet because straight black men are getting DEI'd to fucking the regular job market right now.
Did I tell you?
We were talking about that earlier.
I got in an argument with one of the people that wrote the actual article that straight black men are the KKK of black folks.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yep.
Yeah. They kicked me out of the group. So,
and they are, that's why they make a point to all of the media, like in entertainment, when you see a black character in film, they're always kind of effeminate, non-threatening, the sensitive one, all of this like non-believable bullshit. When I grew up on fucking Wesley Snipes, Blade.
Well, the thing is, and I think we've seen it in the
Apollo
files.
Creed, baby.
Demolition Man.
Yeah, I think in the files it was the where they're trying to push the whole transgender and all that type of stuff in their Epstein.
Walter, someone must have said straight black man because I was summoned into the chat. What up, Walter? All right, let's get to Candace.
There is a very strange thing happening right now where a young woman with absolutely zero professional qualifications has been inserted at the top of a charity organization that pulled in over $250 million last year. And the media is telling you that you have no right to know or to ask anything about her. The argument being made is that her husband was murdered. Therefore, she has a right to assume the position. And despite the fact that Turning Point USA is a literal charity, and therefore it's not even have to pay tax on that $250 million plus or pay tax on the alleged
Hey, can you pause it real quick?
billion.
Yeah, now do all the other companies that do the exact same thing, Candace.
What the thing is,
Go ahead.
People were compelled to donate to Turning Point because of what the incident was, even if they weren't like a hard-on Turning Point USA person. Just because the incident, people came together and donated what they had, or even joined, which we saw mass people join that in support of Charlie. That's where the money came from, Candace, if you're listening and watch and friend of Theo Podcast's channel.
Yeah, she watches everything I do, actually. I know that.
And she also kind of went after, because it's a charity and therefore they don't pay tax. Whenever you have a big corporation, whether it's a charity or a for-profit corporation or whatever, they're going to have lawyers, accountants, MBAs, all kinds of very, very smart people who are going to keep that corporation from having to pay any taxes whatsoever. And I mean, it's rich people don't pay taxes.
No.
Smart people don't pay taxes. Even if, their tax bracket says 80%, they're getting out of that 80%. One way or another. They're going to buy a senator. They're going to set it up as a charity. I remember one big health insurance company that I worked for about a week in Kansas City when I was trying to find it, back in the early 90s. I found out they were actually a charity and not a for-profit outfit because I was reading through their books. And it was a big charity. I'm not going to say who it was because I don't want to get sued, but it was a big charity or a big corporation that you would not think was a charity. So, and they did that so they would not have to pay taxes. I mean, so many minds in a certain spot.
That makes me reflect on when Dave Chappelle was talking about how Trump became popular to begin with when he was running in 2016. And he goes, and Hillary Clinton goes, "You don't pay your taxes." And Trump's response, "Because I'm smart."
Exactly.
Because I know that I can take advantage of all of the same laws in place that you've already established for all of your rich friends. And if you don't want me to take advantage of those laws, change them. But you're not going to, because that would upset all of your rich friends, including yourselves. So of course I do. And that was it. Yeah, he just fucking laid it out.
Yeah, he was right.
So he was right. And now, if they can I really think that the big, what do they call it? I guess even during the midterms, they'd call it the October surprise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to be them doing something involving the IRS and income tax completely. I really think that's where they're going to go. I think, and that'll also be when they need to enact the SAVE Act before then. I know we've already tapered away from the State of the Union, but that can't stress that enough. All right, let's get back to Candace.
That it's due to break-in thanks to a deal with a man named Pierre. These talking heads are claiming that the public simply wanting to ensure the person who is running that organization is, I don't know, at a bare minimum, moderately honest about who she says she is. No, that inquiry makes you a monster. So I guess your job is to head to work 9 to 5, receive a flurry of unsolicited emails and text messages.
I'm waiting for it to get to the good part because she's about to call Erica Kirk a tranny.
Reminding you that Charlie Kirk, the innocent man that you watched be executed in broad daylight live, you're to be reminded that that was her Charlie. That's your 401k and house. The emails have been landing into your inbox at an alarming rate.
That's your 401k and house.
No, to be fair,
are they really asking for people's entire 401ks?
But the emails that came out right after Charlie's death that were ostensibly penned by Erica Kirk, which are really written by some intern, but
yeah,
they were just like, I miss my husband every day. I miss his hot breath on the back of my neck.
Okay, do you have the emails to say that specifically? I'd like to see this.
It's like I'm saying they were like hyperbolically emotionally manipulative. And this was something we litigated at the time on Theocracy. So they're like, what I'm saying is like, they did engage in emotionally manipulative tactics to capitalize on the emotional weight of the moment to drive donations. And it was largely successful. They made a shit ton of money after that. You know, like that's actually not incorrect to say, you know. Now, whether or not Erica Kirk is a Mossad agent and a honeypot who's flying around in Egyptian Airlines, I don't know about any of that.
And also, Kirk, according to her, a man.
Or was she a man? I don't know. I haven't checked. So until I do an inspection,
there's virtually nothing that the feds are telling us about his murder that makes any objective sense. But if you're feeling weird about any of that.
Yeah, the feds aren't telling us anything about the Trump assassination either. I mean, they're just not. But here's one thing about the Charlie Kirk one. They actually have somebody in custody and they're about to go to trial. So they can't really tell us shit anyway. Am I wrong?
Because if they say what they know or don't know, that could mess up the case and end up this guy walking free or his also conspirators as well with them.
Yeah.
So like, as much as we all want to know every single detail, we can't. And also the Hodge twins, as much as I like you guys, you two capping for Candace was fucking retarded because we saw there's spiral stairs. Security ain't the best everywhere. And we've seen a lot of proof of that many of times. That security, just because someone has security is not God, so they can't defend everything.
No, what were they gonna? He was out in a tent like he always is,
and a lot of people were telling him he had a lack of security. So, like,
yeah,
the whole what was security? Because that's the Hodge twins brought that up, at which I thought it was a stupid argument or whatever. But,
it is a stupid.
You're reminded constantly that she is a grieving widow. She's a grieving widow. That sentence, in my opinion, is this year's Trust the Science. She's a grieving widow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's
based.
Oh, that is so retarded. I'm sorry. That is so fucking. She's a grieving widow. You can't criticize her, which also nobody's saying don't criticize her. They're saying this is fucking retarded. Her criticisms are what are retarded. Not that you can't criticize, not that you can't even say she's not qualified to be CEO. Those are perfectly valid. A lot of people are making those points and it's fine, but fucking, going into like, I don't know if you're joking or not. But is she trying to have a fucking threesome with Trump and JD Vance right after the wake because fireworks are offensive now?
Yeah, is she a man? I don't know. Candace Owens is asking, and I'd like to know a question now. Can we get a picture of her vagina, like we got a picture of the French president's wife's vagina? Can we do that? That would make I would sleep better at night if I had seen a picture of Erica Kirk's vagina. I'll be honest with you.
I'm sure you would.
Thanks.
He took over. Remember when they did the 6 feet social distancing thing? They cast that slide.
Oh my God.
Let your granddad die alone in the hospital if you decide.
How is that even related to this?
It's because you're a demon.
This is woman hating woman.
It is.
Resist your human instincts.
Big time.
Obey the government. It's the same kind of messaging. The same.
It's
kind of
not though. It's not the
but
same
it's
kind of messaging.
Still have questions or concerns about who Erica Kirk is and why she seems to have lied many times on record? Well, you're Satan, and I'm sorry that you are. And also, I would like to remind you that you are destroying Charlie's legacy. Now, it is
only Candace can save Charlie's legacy.
Remind you, we haven't even said anything yet. A 2-minute trailer resulted in one of the most aggressive preemptive PR strikes that I have ever seen. They posted photos of my manager's infant daughter, my makeup artist, my family members. They left a voicemail for my producer. Okay, well, this was initially supposed to be just 3 episodes, but now I'm thinking about a season 2 and a season 3. Because if you haven't quite
okay, hold on, pause it right there.
Because she's a victim now.
Okay,
by proxy.
If that's all true, Candace did the same thing with the French president's wife or some shit or whatever. Like, so what are you complaining for? So I was like,
Candace was pushing for Charlie Kirk's actual gravesite to be made public, knowing exactly what would happen if that were the case.
Yeah, but no fairness. The French president's wife looks like she could win an arm wrestling contest.
Yeah.
But whether or not that's the case, but like, you can't complain when someone else does it to you when you do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can if you don't have credibility or standards, Vagabond.
Yeah,
she's just
just like Ethan Van Sciver.
But and by the way, I think we all know this is actually not that unusual for a woman who's upset about something. You ever had your girlfriend come home and bitch about her coworker that she hates to just like an irrational degree, and it gets nasty? She's like, this is probably why her dad left. Like, she gets like fucked up about it, right? We've all had that experience where a woman rants about a woman she hates and it just gets like crazy vicious for no reason. Candace is just monetizing it. You know? That's what's happening. Like, she needs someone to comfort her and give her a taco, and that's what I could do.
Yo, and what's crazy is the video we're watching right now is, I think it's coming from a supporter of hers. This isn't a parody. This is somebody who's actually bought in 100%.
Well,
that's the problem, dude. If men buy into irrational, women hating women gobbledygook,
yeah. Well, it's just
that might be a problem.
Ecosystem. We just got to let them talk it out. By the way, this is why Erica Kirk shouldn't be in charge of TPUSA. By the way, because of shit like this.
I'll agree. That was a big misstep. She should have been maybe given it some time before going so public. But she was trying to put on that "I'm a strong woman" persona.
Yeah, that was just like
and
big
all that.
retarded. That was big
it
retarded.
wasn't her fault.
There were some missteps.
It was the masses of people who kind of wanted her to take the place, and she did it. So I wouldn't actually fault her for that, honestly.
I think there's a chance she thought she was doing the right thing, and
I think so.
I'll allow for that, but it's.
Well, I don't know. I think a lot of people are misremembering how the turn of events went after the thing happened, because she initially didn't like put herself in any position. It was just people were asking for her to be the next step in line for Charlie.
Yeah, and it's just been one fucking disaster after another. I like a lot of her public interviews have just been not good. Like, the longer she talks off the top of her head, the more it seems like she's just like not a sophisticated thinker, and that's not a good sign. That's a really bad sign, actually.
No, she's a church-going beauty queen. Of course she's not.
Yeah, she's not a big. Yeah,
but at the same time, like, we're acting like it's been like 5 years since the incident happened. At the same,
like, dude, no, the hate boner for Erica Kirk started less than 24 hours after he died. I'm not even kidding. That's when you started seeing it online. Before the funeral, and then the funeral, that I know there's a lot of mixed opinions mixed opinions involving it, but she was just trying to recapture a regular Turning Point event with the fireworks and all that they always do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it hasn't been we haven't even been to like a year mark yet, and people got like all this stuff to say, and it's like, you know, for someone for me, a grieving widow that's at least trying to step up to the plate for her late husband. As much as she may not have the best talking points or best speaking capability, I don't even have the best speaking capability. Sometimes my Ebonics slips out and I fuck up on some words or some shit.
I wish you would more.
Yeah,
it's entertaining.
But the I have to give her the benefit of the doubt. Again, it's like it's not even been a year. It's not even past 8 months or whatever. So, and then like we have all these grand ambitions that she needs to accomplish or whatever. I think it's kind of ridiculous.
Okay, well that's simp talk. That's your brain on feet. I'm gonna come in here and set this shit straight. No, well, obviously, you know me. Women shouldn't be in charge of stuff, but also you can't put a grieving widow in charge of stuff because that like shields them from like any and all, even like reasonable criticism. Like if a man was doing as bad a job as Erica Kirk is doing right now, we would have his head on a pike outside of Mar-a-Lago.
So give me your top three, just top three worst offenses that she's committed.
Okay, the things that I found, the thing that I found personally annoying was she used her speech at Charlie's memorial to nag every man on planet Earth. That I hated, which was when she said, "Men, your wife is not your employee. We want to follow you, but you need to be a man worth following." Yes.
Okay, so
yes!
talking like your standard,
like
standard woman talk.
You know, and by the way, she has this message of women, especially women with young children, should stay at home and raise their children, while at the same time in her own life living out the gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss life. And she's been asked about this directly in her town hall with Barry Weiss. She was asked about this directly by a woman. Hey, this seems contradictory. Can you set it straight? And she couldn't. You know, she doesn't have any way to logically justify it. The fact is she's behaving differently than the advice she's giving out to women. That's a indisputable fact about the situation. And
so nagging and being a hypocrite. Those are two.
And
give me one more.
Well, I got a lot more because now I'm talking about it. I think the big thing for me is that it's optically horrible. Like she has here's the thing. We can say whether or not people grieve differently, and I'm willing to make some allowances for that. But someone in her camp has to be willing to take her aside and let her know what the optics are going to be. She's had so many fusterclucks of optics. Almost every public appearance she does results in numerous faux pas, like the sparkling pantsuit and the fact that she always looks like she's having the time of her life, and the fact that there's like fireworks, every entrance she does has pyrotechnics. Like somebody needs to take her aside and be like, "Sweetheart, optically this is going to be a hard sell." And so I think the optics management has been atrocious. Some of the and by the way, if a man were doing this, if one of Charlie's friends were doing this, they would mount his head on a pike in front of Mar-a-Lago. I mean,
all right, now I'm going to stop you because that was three. That's what I asked. Okay. So we got three. We got a woman being a nag about nagging men. Gotcha.
Right.
Number two, a woman being a hypocrite. Number two. Okay. Yeah. And number three, a woman making poor fashion and optic decisions, maybe going a little too far in the decorating aspect instead of going more somber and stoic.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the emotionally manipulative fundraising efforts are also. I think the emotionally manipulative.
Okay, now you're hitting ones that actually
being like deliberately snotty and condescending.
I am.
You're framing my positions as a straw man. Like I hear you doing.
I am.
I think it's
very
cute. I can tell you grew up watching Jon Stewart, but we're adults, so we're going to have an adult conversation. And I think it's pretty obvious that Turning Point USA is being incompetently run, and they've had like setting up like all due respect to Vaughn, who I love dearly. Setting up the tent where Charlie got shot for people to take pictures in is fucking
That should have
weird.
been your number one. That should have been number one because I couldn't have.
Cut me off. That's fucking weird, man. And I know you took a picture there and you're my buddy, and I'm not criticizing you personally, but just like as an outsider who's not in the cult, that shit was wild.
That was really, like, what are you doing? That is so weird. Yeah, I wasn't I don't know anybody that was really comfortable with that. I mean, well, I guess I know a few because like Vaughn and I know Professor tried to, when he was trying to explain to me like the symbolism and everything else, I just thought it was morbid.
It's all of it. The memorial service was emotionally manipulative. The fundraising campaign afterwards was emotionally manipulative. But it wasn't. All memorial services are not emotionally manipulative. No, they're not for political gain, though. Not all memorial services are manipulative on purpose for political gain, though. Come on, like let's not ignore the facts that all government and government-related entities lie to you on purpose and want to destroy your life. Let's not cede power to these people just because they have us by the balls emotionally. That's how we got the TSA. We're still trying to get rid of that.
Okay, I do want to push back a little bit.
Okay,
so.
Great points after the fact. I'm glad we had that fun exchange at the beginning, though.
Okay. Well, okay. So the speaking engagement stuff, I don't think that's her actual job. So the whole I think besides her like talking to folks or different places, the whole point of Turning Point USA, what their mission is to pretty much gather mostly younger folks and get them to join the organization, right? I think they're doing a good job at doing that, whether you like the methods or not, or some of the optics may be bad. But I think I don't think it's exactly her job to just be speaking everywhere, even though that's what she's doing. A lot of people do that. The CEO for McDonald's who do speaking engagements and stuff at it. But the whole point is to get people to join their organization. So I think that's the main goal, and as long as that's being accomplished, whether she does bad in other areas, I think that it still works out.
Sure, I will say the only pushback I'll give to that, because I think it's a fair point, but I will say just absolutely annihilating the Charlie Kirk show was a serious misstep from her as a CEO. And I'll say that there's a non-zero chance that her organization is now just crawling with groypers. And I think there's credible reports that that it may be like 30 or 40%. I've heard is the number of people are throwing around. I don't know what it is exactly, but I think a lot of
are they just there to try to destroy it from within?
No, sort of. Well, subvert it. Not necessarily destroy, but redirect the ideological course over time. That's the long-term strategy, is to quote-unquote hide your power level and inundate mainstream organizations and then leverage your position to push things ideologically. That's their strategy. And I think there's a really good chance that with TPUSA that has happened. Again, these things are hard to prove. So we'll have to see how it goes over time. I guess my concern is that I think young men in particular are in a lot of distress. And so you need a voice who can speak with authority to young men. And Erica Kirk is just never going to be that.
No. And you're 100. That I will agree with 100%. That's why their smartest decision would have been to turn to Steven Crowder. You're the only one that can save us. Show us a way. And they should have, whatever he wanted, given it to him. Real quick, MSK for $2 came to me in a dream, me being white.
God damn, dude.
But that's under the assumption that would Steven Crowder want that position?
Yeah, and I don't know if he'd
not.
take it. I don't know if he'd
I don't know
take it.
either.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's
They
why
really-
he
yeah,
wasn't
they-
doing the school thing and changed my mind anymore.
Who would have been a better pick if not Erica Kirk? Which I will agree. because the point at Charlie Kirk's strongest point was reaching young men. He reached some young women too, but it was mainly about getting these college age guys that have just fucking been conditioned to stop and think.
Well, no, it sucks because they'll say this, like Erica Kirk was really powerful as a silent mascot. The more she talked, the more it undermined public trust in her. It undermined her power and it undermined her public image. It now she's like
she should have been a CEO that was just staying at the offices and trying to run things and let other people go out and speak. Constantly being front and center and doing this, I don't think is a good move. She can be the president of Turning Point, that's fine, but the speaking engagements definitely need to be at a lower volume in the amount, and just run Turning Point and just let other people pull up the mantle, whether it be a rotating cast of characters that show up and go and do events and stuff like that in Charlie's stead.
Now, hold on. Young Von Coleman makes a great point. Okay, but Amfest has its highest young female attendance ever this year, and then Nicki Minaj. Now, I want to point out something in that comment that he just said. The number one voting demographic in this country is women. Women they outnumber every other demographic if you combine them. Especially white women. So he does have a point there. He's like, okay, I think the men have pretty much all shifted with the exception of a few.
I know.
So maybe now it's time to convert women.
No. Hold on. So time out. One, it's not time to convert women. And the reason I'll push back on that is because women, you just need to win. Women fuck the winners. Their opinions are completely malleable. They'll just go with whatever's popular. So once being patriotic and conservative becomes popular, women will shift over. So
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
So this is okay. So women are very malleable. Okay, have you ever seen those pictures of like French women wearing the uniforms of their Nazi boyfriends after Paris got invaded? Women just fuck whoever wins. Okay. That's just what happens. So that's gonna happen. And but what I'm saying is like
right, but right now women think that they're the ones winning.
I understand that. Let me finish. So I understand that like popularity and numbers is something that we think about in democracy, but really who moves society is like 3% of the population. That's really who moves it. And it's like high IQ, high agency white men. That's who makes things happen. And all of them are in a decidedly different place than what TPUSA is in. And I think that is going to have a lot more motion than people realize based on because I think people are thinking too much in terms of what majority opinion is highly malleable because it's basically manufactured by TikTok. And that's true too. That's why I'm talking about the 3% high agency, high IQ, very disagreeable, high ambition young men. That's particularly white men. That's who moves society. That's who does everything. That's who like the founding fathers were, for instance. That's who does everything. It's a relatively low percentage of people that have all the motion. And so most people are zoo animals. I've said that numerous times. But yeah, like I think once the zeitgeist shifts, women are going to start coming over, and that's why as much as I cringed and like vomited when they brought Nicki Minaj out, and as much as I don't think that she's that her opinion is valuable, I do think that Vaughn has a good point that she brought over young female voters. It's like, again, I know. I'm not disputing any of that. I'm not disputing any of this.
We know you're more of a Cardi B fan, Theo. It's okay.
I'm not disputing any of this. And if you'd shut the fuck up for a second, you'd be able to hear me. Basically, my point is that their opinions are highly malleable. They're basically like manufactured by social media. So I don't know. That's why I think if the That's why I think the Groyper movement has been so like wildly successful is because of their command of social media. And I think that's part one of TPUSA's strengths as well, though significantly less so since Charlie's death. Well, if you look at like the Charlie Kirk show, for instance, the viewership has dropped off. And as they've continued to add new videos and sort of bury the historical videos, really the character of the channel has changed. It's really not what it used to be. And I think the dissident right has I think more of an impact social media wise. And you can see that in the shifting zeitgeist. I think opinions on, for instance, Israel are changing really fast, and it's not changing in Turning Point USA's favor.
No.
So,
or fucking Daily Wire, or
no. Like Ben Shapiro's stock has fallen a lot, and it hasn't been again. And this is what I'm saying is like their opinions are people are highly malleable, especially when they're getting a ton of screen time. So I think the future belongs to the people who want to leverage social media to move opinions. And who can do that most effectively. And I think since Charlie Kirk has passed, I don't know if Turning Point USA is really keeping up on that level.
Just real quick. It's after 1 where I'm at, and I got to get up.
Oh, boy. I'm sorry, dude. Mark, anytime. This is a no obligation show. You can show up late. You can leave anytime you want. And I'm sorry for that, dude.
No problem.
Did I mess a private chat? You can drop anytime you want. Mark, where can people find you next, dude?
I don't know. I'm usually in the chat. I try to schedule whenever I can and be online, but you're just gonna have to look out for me. Other than that, awesome. I'm on X, MarkOfReality 1, because I had to have a number in my name when I signed up originally. So it's MarkOfReality 1 on X, and I'm on there, and I like to have fun and upset people over there. All right.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, and I might hit you up anytime I need a second chair legal opinion on something we're watching. So it's great having you on. You're welcome back anytime. I'm putting your X in the chat, so folks go follow MarkOfReality over on X. And it's been great having you, brother. So you take care. Have a good night.
All right. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Whoa. Oh, did I accidentally? Vaughn, I think I accidentally banned your comment and it was removed.
Oh, no, wow. I did that because I was tired of looking at him.
Oh, shit.
Wow, that's some hatred going.
It's
just about this. It's just discourse. Come on.
Just got tired of looking at him. That was it.
Oh, no, it's because you timed him out for 300 seconds.
Okay.
Let's see. Where were we? Okay.
Yeah, quickly, Theo, say your things so you don't have to have Vaughn actually respond to you. It can be a leftist argument with no comments turned on.
Oh, man. No, I'm good.
Oh, shit. We're actually going a little over on time, almost by half an hour. So we'll go ahead. We can do a special Friday show tomorrow if everybody's game, and we can just keep going on Candace because there's a lot more there. We didn't even get to the good stuff. Hold on. Where is it?
Thank you, Walter. Walter gets me. Thank you, Walter. Yeah, honestly, it wasn't about anything he said or did. I've just heard so much of his voice lately, and I could hear it in my inner monologue, and I didn't want to think about it anymore. I just wanted it to go away.
Yeah, so they're trying to apparently they're trying to say this is Erica Kirk. Whether it is or not, I don't know. I think maybe one of the pictures is maybe she had a ponytail or a short haircut. I don't know. We haven't gotten to that point yet. We'll get to it another time.
Even if that is Erica Kirk, so she grew up like a tomboy.
Yeah, and I think that was known about her, though. I thought.
Yeah, her parents should have transed her, right? Yeah, that would have been the.
Isn't that
the right
something
thing
that
to
has
do.
been out about her before? Like, isn't that like a known thing about her? Was that she was a tomboy when she was younger?
Yeah, because that was one of the things she talked about at one point about the whole anti-trans thing. Because some girls, especially little girls, are tomboys. So, that's just one thing. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here. We got a little heated. Shout out to Vaughn Coleman, Theo's best friend and co-author of I Can Fix Her, soon to be coming out at Rebel Oasis Studios. Looking forward to that. Vaughn Coleman, who will be at Vegas Archon here. I forget what it's called here in the coming weeks. Looking forward to that. Going to be good having you in town. So we'll go ahead and start wrapping up.
I guess I missed something, but
yeah, I'm good.
All right,
Iron went on a timeout ban and just only timed out Vaughn.
Yeah, sure, I did that.
No, I did that. I want to be clear. Because before, the last time he got timed out, I didn't have the power to do it then, but I just wanted to. And now that I have the power, I did it. I'm going to just keep doing it. Just every time.
Oh, Vagabond. Where can people find you next, buddy?
I will be at MegaCon coming up. So I'll be there definitely the Friday and Saturday. And then Sunday, I'll drive back up to Georgia. But other than that, this Sunday on my channel, on all platforms, pretty much, I Swear It's Not Hentai podcast, where I think, or if people did their homework and watched what I told them to watch, we're going to be talking about Serial Experiments Lane.
Excellent. And Theo Snodgrass, when's Theocracy coming back?
Soon. I'm a comedian and podcaster, Theo Snodgrass, based in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm doing some other thing on Saturday, so I was gonna do Touchgrass. But yeah, I think we're gonna bring Theocracy back starting next week, and then I'll definitely be bringing Touchgrass again next week. If you want to see me do live comedy or whatever, go ahead and follow me on social media. And you'll be able to keep track of all the stuff I want to do. In the meantime, follow me on YouTube. That's the most important place to follow me. I'm trying to grow over there. So if we could get that done, that'd be fucking sick. And I would appreciate seeing you over on my shows. Thank you very much.
Excellent. And Mr. Producer, Drunken Emerald Arrow, where can people find you next?
Saturday at 7 p.m. on my channel is insert title here. Then on Tuesday at 6 p.m. PST is Nerds Covering the News. And then on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. PST is All the Good Titles Were Taken. Find me on X, Kick, and Rumble. And YouTube.
Yep. Everybody's links are in the description. So go give everybody a follow, a sub, all that good stuff. I'm Iron Oxide, host of Ironcast and the Weekly Rogues Gallery. Ironcast can be seen on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:35 p.m. PST over here on my channel, the Weekly Rogues Gallery, every Saturday at 4:35 p.m. PST, where we talk about more pop culture stuff and whatnot. And I might be bringing back the morning show. I haven't decided yet. But other than that, we're getting close to 1,000, so keep on subscribing. If you haven't already, please do. And we'll see you all again next time. I gotta pee. Goodbye now. It's a fucking button. There it is.
Jerome, can you tell that piece of shit asshole to fucking get the hell out of here before I fucking kick him in the face?
Come on. Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before. Get some cups. Why did you do this? Hop in the car. Get some cups. For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? How dare get your hands off me. Ta-ta and farewell.
I love you.
Fuck off.